No, don't do that.
Yep. Hang
No,
on. Yep.
nope.
Hang on.
Stop it.
Hang on. And it is time for an official complaint. Go ahead, Jonna.
I would like to file a complaint with I don't know, somebody.
That would be me.
Be you, the
That would
HR
be me.
department.
Yep, that would be me.
That, you know, after those very serious 2 weeks of contract negotiations that we went through, where I in fact just kind of gave in. I was just like, oh, I'll just keep coming over for food. That's fine. Why is it that when I come back, there's a surprise guest, and then you like won't even like tell me? Like usually I can guess who it is, and I was like, oh, I bet it's this person. She was like, no, it's not, and I'm like, well, how are you gonna do me like that, KJ? After I put in my notice and then came back.
Oh man,
how are you gonna do me like that, KJ?
I will tell you, and me and this surprise guest I actually asked permission because you want to promote, like if you're going to give your time to a show, you want them to promote and be like, hey, so-and-so is going to be on the show this week, you should tune in. And I was like, are you okay with this? and this person was like, I love this idea. I love that we're going to surprise Jonna. So
I honestly hate, you know what? We're not friends. Okay. No friends.
All right. Well, they are going to be joining here in just a few minutes. So before we get to our special guest and what's poppin' in pop culture, brought to you by ConQuest Journals, let's get to everyone's favorite segment, Dumb Jokes.
Ryan, I wish it was Chris Evans, man. I wish. All
right. This is a segment where we know that the jokes are dumb, but go along with it because you're probably gonna giggle. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna cackle.
My gosh, Jonna.
You know what? I crack up.
Hang on just a second, Jonna, because guess what? Our surprise guest is here.
I can only see the top of their head.
Our surprise guest is here, and I'm gonna bring him in for dumb jokes because I think this surprise guest would absolutely love to be a part of Dumb Jokes. Patrick, would you please bring our surprise guest out of the green room and onto the screen?
Oh man.
Let me give you a proper welcome for those of you who don't know. Our surprise guest is our good friend Brandon Peters from the Brandon Peters Show.
Hey, Brandon.
Hello. You had chills earlier, and then I was promised tears, so I was paying attention.
I can't cry in front of you. I have to wait until I'm at home like a boss, okay?
Yeah, did you catch that, Brandon? It was almost like Jonna was psychic in the...
I know. Well, I was trying to casually check it out, and then I hit the volume button, and it apparently said I was watching. So I was like, oh, that might be out of the bag now.
So for those of you who don't know, we will, when we have time and when we have our crap together and we have a moment before the show, we'll be like, oh, you know what, we can go live. And so I go live on my personal Facebook page. And I mentioned that we were going to have a surprise guest. And then and Jonna didn't get it because then I went to talking about this lamp that I have. I can't move my camera. Patches, can I move my camera?
Don't do it.
Yeah, you do you, man.
Okay, this is
I just want to say
very unprofessional thing. I was showing off my Black Widow lamp that Brandon got me at PopCon last year, and Jonna was like,
that is a lie. That is an absolute false.
Hey, I was standing right next to Jonna, and I'm almost positive she said she got a chill. But
I did get a chill. Excuse me.
It looked like a cringe.
Well, in fairness to Jonna, while she was like, "Oh, with the surprise guest, your whole crew watching was like, oh, who?"
Oh, man. They're like, last time KJ had a surprise guest, it was William Shatner.
For the 15th time. In my defense, usually when KJ's doing her live before the show, I'm like talking crap with Patches when he's up here. So like, I don't ever like pay attention to what she's saying. So,
So Brandon, let's real quickly, we're gonna, because we want to get to dumb jokes, but I think everybody that's watching now is like, okay, this guy is definitely a part of the crew, and we have been friends for a long time. You are the master of ceremonies on the PopCon stage, making sure all the podcasts are doing what they're supposed to be doing. When they don't show up, you fill in with fantastic content. But before, and we'll plug your show more later, but let's talk about the Brandon Peters show, what you do, and how people can watch it.
All right. Like all podcasts, you can go on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere podcasts are found, except for SoundCloud. I'm not on there.
We're not either.
No.
Is that still a thing?
Is that part
Yes.
of the interwebs?
Yeah.
It's really for up and coming rappers. Don't do it. It's not.
Okay.
It's total
Okay.
trap. Don't do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. My career there's failed.
Unless we want to try rapping. I can like beatbox.
Oh, please, God, just stop. No, you can't. You really can't.
It sounds like there's like a
I'm
lot
not
of
freestyling.
spit
If
in
you're
that
trying to bait me into
beatbox, man,
freestyling with that, it's not happening.
I
So,
was. Okay.
I also there's a YouTube channel that goes with it as well, which you can get some different stuff from. So subscribe everywhere you can. My show does it's very like movie, TV, music focused. What I want to point you to is that next Monday, starting a series called my camera stuff right. I'm not used to the reverse. The summer of 93 at 30. So while we talk about current pop culture stuff, I'm going 30 years in the past, and this is a follow-up series to my summer of 82 at 40 that I did last summer. It's me and Scott Mendelson from The Wrap. He used to be from Forbes. And this year we're bringing in Aaron Neuwirth from Variety, We Live Entertainment. He has a podcast called Out Now with Aaron and Abe, which is where I got my start in podcasting pretty much. And what it is we go through a weekend by weekend look at the box office from that summer of all the movies that came out. So we have smaller discussions on those, but you can go hear Movie Talk anywhere. So what I've done with it too is we also pick out news items that happened that week, and we talk about those. We talk about the top 10 television shows from the Nielsen ratings. We talk about the top 10 from Casey Kasem's top 40 for that week. And then we have a box office discussion as well. So it's like the whole whirlwind. If you were like a little pop culture geek back then, what was your week like with all that? So we kind of go through that. We have some good laughs and stuff. And then on Fridays, I do a music video from that Casey Kasem top 10. And that has a carousel of different guests on Fridays that come in and talk with me that aren't Aaron and Scott. But it's kind of a full experience. It goes from May through August. They're dated. We start recording them back in January. So if someone passed away in that time and we're like, oh, there's a great
Well,
in order for this thing not to work through the whole summer, we got to start banking them. So
gotcha.
So that happens. And so it's a lot of fun. A lot of people have been very excited on Twitter and Instagram about it. And
I'm excited, Brandon. I was a little ew, because John, because not because of you, but because of the fact that you pointed out to me that I graduated in 1993, which was 30 years ago.
Hey, you guys want to hear something super great?
No,
not
I
really.
wasn't even born yet.
Yeah,
I was
there
born
it
in
is.
94.
So we joke on the first episode that we brought Aaron in for this year because in the summer of 82 at 40, he wasn't born yet, so he can't participate. You can't participate till you're born.
All right, Brandon, we would like you to hang out, participate in a couple of things that we do here. We've got, I don't know if you heard Brandon, but we've got the guy from Law and Order coming out. So we're real excited about that. But before we get to that, we have a segment called Dumb Jokes. I see we got some more people checking in. Michelle Hamilton, crew number 3. Jim says, I got married in 1993. Oh, good. Okay.
My parents got married in 1993.
Yeah, a lot of great things happened in 93. Sorry you missed it, Jonna. All right, here we go.
Never mind. You know what? This is a kid-friendly show. I'm just gonna keep that little nugget to myself.
All right, it is time for dumb jokes.
Dumb jokes.
Dumb jokes.
Of course,
Sorry.
John has
Dumb jokes.
pictures on that slide. Yeah.
You like that? Yeah, there you go. There it is.
I'm always laughing. Okay, I can't help it.
Can you?
I think
can you take
everything's
my
funny.
picture off that one because I don't like this part.
Nope, I'm sorry, Patches.
Patches, you have to be
Crap.
present.
As you can see in the picture, Patches is really enjoying the dumb jokes. But when you watch Patches' face, which I highly recommend, I mean, you can
10 out
listen
of
to
10.
this as a podcast, but if you watch Patches' face during dumb jokes, you're going to get like 110% more enjoyment out of this. So
Yep,
here we go.
sure
We know
will.
these are dumb. We already know we've set you up. You know they're dumb. So let's do this, Jonna. Okay.
Let's do it. I'm
All
ready.
right, here we go. All right.
All right, here we go.
Dumb joke. What do you call a bear with no teeth, Jonna?
I know the answer to this, but what do you call a bear with no teeth, KJ?
A gummy
gummy
bear. Ba-da-ba. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you.
Brandon's over here like rating the joke. He's like,
He's like, I don't know.
"It's okay."
Yeah, he's
Decent.
like,
I'll tell my kids that one. Yeah.
oh, good.
It's a dad joke. Like
Right?
that's what it is.
Yeah. I'm
And Patch is just over here like, I can't even believe that I'm still here for this.
Well, the problem is, like Brandon has kids. Patches just has cats. The cats don't don't like these jokes. I mean, they're just like straight faced, like not funny.
That's like a cat in general.
All right, let's give our special guest Brandon some more content for his children. Here we go. Dumb joke. Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
I don't know, KJ. Why?
Because he was outstanding in his field. I knew that was gonna get Donna. All right. And please know that you can submit your own dumb jokes to us. Submit them in the comments. Tag me. I love it. People have been tagging me on
I
dumb
know,
jokes.
I've seen some of them.
I've never been tagged so many times
I
since we
started tagging
this.
you in dumb jokes.
Everybody
now,
wants me to
too.
have their dumb jokes. Thank you so much. I love them all. I love them, and I tell Patches all of them all week long. So
Lucky man.
right. Thank you, Brandon. He is a lucky man. All right,
Brandon.
one more. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Dumb joke. Why does a chicken coop have 2 doors?
I don't know, KJ. Why?
Because if it had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan. Yes, go ahead, Brandon.
So I was like, I wanted it to be like 2 nice little sweet clean jokes, and then it's the raunchiest one to end it out. Like, whoa, where did that come from? I was like, is she going there with this? Probably not. Probably not.
No.
I know what they do in the coop, but you know. So I was like, because I would have like spit out.
You're like,
Oh,
wait
man.
a second. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, I can't tell this one to my kids.
Oh
you
man.
know. Well, I was like, well, I might practice audience for the adults.
Are we still talking about this joke?
No patches. We're done.
Come on, Patches, a chicken sedan.
A chicken sedan. Come on, patches. I tried so hard to find a graphic that was a chicken in a car, and I just couldn't, and I didn't have time to make one.
It would have been a DeVilly good one, right?
Oh my god.
Patches is going to quit, and Brandon's going to have to be our new producer. It's time for What's Poppin' in pop culture with executive producer Jonna. Powered by ConQuest Journals. All right, Jonna, what's poppin'?
All right. Well, for all of my Beetlejuice fans, there is a new movie coming out next year.
It is true.
It is, in fact, true. They just
Okay.
announced it yesterday. Winona Ryder.
Tell me about the casting, because there was a rumor. I'm hoping you're going to tell me it's true.
Michael Keaton is returning,
Yes.
and Winona Ryder is returning as well. And they are also going to have
Please.
Jenna Ortega
Yes.
playing Winona Ryder's daughter.
Yes, that's what I was hoping
Yes,
for.
it's not a remake of Beetlejuice. It is Lydia 27 years later with
Okay.
her daughter.
Can I tell you that I did not like Beetlejuice?
Me neither. It stressed me out real bad.
Get out of our house.
I'm sorry. It just wasn't.
You
I
can
don't
come
know.
live with me in socks.
It wasn't my thing, but for some reason, because they're redoing it with Jenny Ortega, I'm super excited.
I love
about
Jenna
it.
Ortega. She's great. I mean,
Yeah.
I loved Wednesday. So, like, I mean,
Right.
you can't, like,
Right.
she's great. You know.
Yes. So, Patches, maybe we could try it again. You've
Absolutely
never
not.
sat down with me and just been like, hey, I love Beetlejuice. Will you please sit down with me and watch Beetlejuice? And
I've also said I love Roadhouse. Let's sit down and watch Roadhouse. And
You know
have
what?
not.
Patches
So-
has said that a couple of
he
times.
has never
I
said,
do-
let's sit down and watch. He has never been sitting down and said, how about we watch Roadhouse? And I've said no.
That's only
That's
because I
never
never sit
happened.
down. That's
I've also
the only
never
reason.
said I've also never seen Roadhouse, but that's besides the point.
Roadhouse.
The second Beetlejuice movie will be out September 6th of next year.
Thank you.
What's poppin'?
Olympian Simone Biles is married.
Oh, look at that
Aw.
beautiful picture.
She and her husband Jonathan Owens tied the knot last month in the courthouse, and she posted a bunch of pictures with that. And they just had their full-on big ceremony in Mexico over the weekend.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, and she is so small compared. I was
is.
looking at pictures, and I was like, she is literally the smallest person compared to that man.
Well, don't you remember? I mean, she was super
Oh yeah,
little.
she's so little.
Yeah, very
Yes,
little.
we're very
I like
excited.
I like the little girls.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, John.
What's poppin'?
All right. I hope other people out there who love Shamar Moore as much as I do are very excited about this news.
Really, this is all just news that Jonna cares about.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's pop culture that Jonna cares about.
Look, I don't care about Beetlejuice, but I told y'all about it.
Oh, thank you.
That's all
Okay.
I'm saying.
All
You know,
right, all right.
I do it for the fans. Okay, I do
Oh,
it for the fans.
We appreciate you.
Yes, I do.
And now now that we know you a little bit better, we can trust you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes,
Fine. I
I'm
didn't
always-
trust you until this point.
Wow, it's been 8 years, and you've let me watch your cats. Okay.
All right.
Yeesh.
What's going on with SWAT?
All right. SWAT on CBS was canceled, but the fans were not having it. They said absolutely not. So CBS uncanceled SWAT,
Really?
and they are giving it a 7th and final season that is going to be 13 episodes.
It is amazing that the fan bases have this power now. We did not have the. I know you know what I'm going to say. We did not have this
When Firefly was around.
When Firefly
Yep.
was around. We did not,
100%.
if we would have had the social media power that there is now, we could have saved Firefly. It would still be on, I swear.
Yeah, well, CBS is doing a lot of weird things right now with all of their shows and things like that, because they just moved 911 over to ABC, and now they're uncanceling SWAT for one last season. So they're having a hard. I don't know what's going on over there at CBS, but do y'all
That
need
poor
help?
cast, right? Right.
Literally, Shamar Moore was like, "Oh, we're canceled," and then all of a sudden it's like, "We're not canceled, yay!" So weird.
Patches, did you have something to say?
No, I thought she was going to go on about 911. That was actually a Fox show.
Whatever.
Oh, thank you for that
Look,
correction.
cable television. Okay.
Thanks for that
That's
correction,
actually
Patches.
broadcast television.
It
but,
is.
Anyway.
Thank you for
Cable
that
broadcast.
correction, Patches.
Anyway,
Any other corrections you would like
corrections?
for me to make this evening?
I just
I
want
am
you guys
here
to
for
know
you.
that I don't claim to know everything.
What's poppin'?
Robert De Niro,
Ooh, I'm interested.
him and whoever the mother of the child is just had a baby. He won't tell anybody who the mom is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's rumored that it's his girlfriend or whatever. But
I mean,
he's-
wouldn't that be the most reasonable?
that would be the most
thing?
reasonable. But
Okay.
he's not confirming it.
Okay.
He just confirmed that he had another child. So now he has 7 children.
Wow.
And this man is 79 years old.
He's got a baby?
Y'all, his oldest child is 51 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And his
wow.
second youngest child is 11.
Wow.
And he just had a baby.
Wow. Good on him.
Y'all
You
know
think
how
he's
shook
you think he's changing diapers and stuff like that?
Robert De Niro, I feel just probably has enough money that he could just be I'll come to the soccer game if I have time.
That's a
And
ways
we'll just-
off.
But
Right.
Just wheel him out in his chair for the soccer game.
But
Yeah,
I'm
that'd be great.
bro, how are you 7 kids at 79 and now you just have a little, I couldn't imagine. That stresses me out to no end. It's very
Yes.
stressful times.
Leanne, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, the writer's strike that we have going on.
I support it.
But it may cause problems. I'm telling you, the last time we had a writer's strike, we lost Chuck, man, and we never got
Yeah,
it back. And now
I mean, they already delayed writing for the new Stranger Things season.
mhm.
All of the late night talk shows are just off air because they don't have any writers, like Saturday Night Live, Late Show, all of that stuff. They're
Yeah.
But I love that all the celebrities are like, no, like we support our writers. Like they should be getting paid. Like they make us look good.
Yes. Thank you, Rooney Cartoony, for the What's Poppin'. She added in Good Omens season 2 comes out July 28th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Always pop in with your own What's Poppin', because you guys, are gonna know more than we do.
Right. Because
Probably.
I only care about what's popping for things that I care about.
All right.
Like Shamar Moore.
Mary Beth, crew number 21. Thanks for hopping in here. We are so glad that you're here. You did miss dumb jokes, and you missed some shocking reveals about Jonna and her past.
What? In my past, okay. Apparently that I'm untrustworthy, and KJ's let me watch her cats and stay in her home multiple times.
I'm talking about, like, I'm speaking for the viewer when I say, like, maybe I don't know you well enough to trust you yet. I mean, I do, but maybe.
Look, if y'all don't trust me by now, then
we gotta just keep, keep peeling back.
Oh, you know what, KJ? Let's learn more about you since we're learning about me. We can.
Okay, what do you want to know?
I don't know. What's your favorite color?
My favorite. You don't know that? It's blue.
Blue.
TARDIS blue.
Oh, man,
yeah.
you and my mom with your blues.
Oh, rude. Just plain Paul says I wouldn't say anyone missed dumb jokes.
Wow, that's
rude.
Mean.
That is rude.
That's mean.
That's my boy Paul right there. Check.
Patches, what's your favorite color?
Yeah, Patches.
Green.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That surprises me.
I
would assume that it's like Bears orange or something.
Does it surprise you?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does actually. I thought it would be like orange for like the Bears or whatever.
No, I do love me some orange. It's actually green and orange are probably my two favorite colors. So
okay, that's cool.
First.
All right,
my favorite color is pink. So
you got to know the KJ Today Show a little bit better. Well, and let's speak of the great time that you had in your small but impactful role in Avengers Endgame, when Paul Rudd's character comes running up to you and is like, "Kid, what happened?" I will tell you, like, that I know it was short, Jack, but that stare, like that glance, it was meaningful.
I'm glad. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. It's crazy the amount of people that have come up to me and been like, "Oh my God, Kid on Bike, that moment." And I'm like, wow, I never knew it made such an impact.
Yes.
But I'm happy.
Yes, because we all were like, what happened? And if I remember correctly, I think I saw you talking about, you were talking with Paul Rudd on set about how you maybe had a chance to be an Avatar. Was he supportive of your career?
First of all, Paul Rudd is like one of the nicest human beings on the planet. And we had our set cast chairs were right next to each other, so I just asked him questions the whole time. And once I told him about Avatar, he's like, "Oh my God, that's amazing! Like, I really hope you get it." And then fast forward years later, I saw him at D23, and he's literally just like standing there in the corner, drinking, sipping a martini, something badass. And I go up to him and I'm like, "Oh my God, Paul! I don't know if you remember me," because I'm like, look like a grown man, but I'm like, "Paul, I was a kid. I was a kid on bike," and he recognized me. And it was just kind of like this monumental moment for me, like, I made it, I did it, and it was such a cool moment.
Well, I did have one fan this morning who said, I think we deserve a series or at least a one-off of what Kid on Bike is doing now. Would you be up for returning to the Avengers world?
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like if the Avengers call, you can't say no. Kid on Bike, yeah, I think there's a lot you could do with that character, a lot of potential.
Brian said, "I just have technical questions like, can she really see in that thing? Does she have a microphone in the helmet? Can they hear each other talking?" It was like, I don't know. Let me ask.
No, I can't see much of anything, and it's comical when those of us who are helmeted are together on set, because sometimes we can't hear each other. We have mics in the helmet because they are recording everything while we're shooting, and they do use most of that. But yeah, sometimes we can't hear each other, and so we'll be, if we're in a scene where we're like across the room from each other, sometimes there's just some silent standoffs because we're not sure if the other person has said their line or not. And sometimes I'll be, especially the armor is such a serious character and she's presenting such important information. And sometimes I'll be in the middle of saying something that's very profound, and I'll be walking across the room, and then I'll just trip on something and practically almost fall over. And it is a very humbling experience wearing that armor, because you never know when disaster is going to happen. And I have become very, very close to our crew, and I trust them a great deal, because sometimes they're the only ones standing between me and certain disaster when they have to call out and warn me that I'm gonna fall over something. So it's a riot, because I keep hoping that one of these days they're gonna release some sort of bloopers reel, because it's like the Three Stooges sometimes when you have people in Mandalorian armor. We run into everything, we fall over everything. I'm constantly dropping things when I'm trying to be forging, because season 1, my gloves were so big and cumbersome that John called them my oven mitts. And it was really hard to handle my tools. I have since gotten gloves that fit much better.
Can you share a little bit about how you were in real estate and ended up being connected with Dick Wolf and said, "Hey, I'm gonna take a shot at this"?
Dick Wolf, I didn't know who he was, and my friend said, "That's Dick Wolf," and I said, "I don't know who that is." And he said, "Well, he's the co-executive producer of Miami Vice, along with Michael Mann. He was a writer for Blues." I said, "Oh, wow, it'd be great to meet him." And so sometime later, we were at an event, and a mutual friend introduced us. And as you say, I had my associate broker's real estate license, I had my general lines insurance license, all the things you do to keep food on the table. And I met him, and I said, "Mr. Wolf, I do this, real estate and so forth, and I understand, your personal home in this area, you're in New York, I'd love to just act as a buyer's representative, make it go smoothly," which I did. And then ran into him shortly after the closing, and he said, "What do I owe you?" And I'm dating myself now. I pulled out a demo tape, and I handed it to him. I said, "Nothing, don't worry about it. Happy to help a friend, and just sometime, maybe give me some voice work."
Do you have any advice for a first timer?
That's the unexpected, because there are many fans who listen to the soundtrack and they know it. But the great thing about Hamilton is our great director, Tommy Kail, tells us to not play it exactly how you hear it on the soundtrack. You let every actor embody the different characters the way that they kind of see it. I mean, you're going to get what you expect, but you're also going to get the unexpected. So, let go of the soundtrack and go in expecting to hear new voices and maybe some new intentions, and just enjoy yourself, because the great thing about it is the story doesn't change, and the story is fantastic, and it takes you on a wild, crazy, true adventure about one of our forefathers, Alexander Hamilton. So you are going to have a great time when you see it.
Is it hard for you when you do these productions like Chicago and Hamilton that have these long runs? Is it hard at the end to let that go and know that it's going to carry on without you?
No, not really, because I feel like if it's time for me to go, then it's time for me to go. And it's time for someone else to take up the mantle and do that, because I know a new adventure is coming for me. So there's always a time and a place for everything. So there was a time for Aladdin, there was a time for Hamilton, there was a time for Chicago, and right now I'm in Disney's Hercules playing Phil at the Paper Mill Theater, which hopefully will go to Broadway someday. So this is that time, and there's always a time for something. And it's funny going back and seeing the new people in it. You go, yes, this is your time. So it's that moment of passing the torch to someone else to let their energy take over that moment and inspire the next person. So it's not hard to leave.